It's 2018 in a packed WeWork boardroom overlooking Manhattan. Adam Neumann, pouring tequila shots, tosses off wild promises about changing how the world works. Investors, dazzled, scribble down billion-dollar valuations. But beneath the celebration, whispers swirl. Is WeWork a tech giant or just a real estate con? This tension builds, a soaring rise masking the cracks that will soon shatter everything. WeWork's secret wasn't just coworking, it was Adam's charisma and cult-like culture that fueled insane growth. But charm can be a double-edged sword. At a pivotal 2018 board meeting, Adam cracked open a bottle of tequila and declared WeWork wasn't just leasing desks, it was a lifestyle revolution. He hosted company retreats with psychedelic music and marijuana. From Miami to New York, his parties were performance art, blurring limits between work and worship, binding employees to him, not the company. Adam's leadership resembled a Pied Piper luring the world with his vision, like a startup Pied Piper promising gold at the end of the rainbow. His magnetic storytelling convinced investors to follow blindly, ignoring the messy fundamentals beneath. It's like building a sandcastle destined to wash away when the tide, reality, came crashing in. When WeWork's IPO filing exposed losses bigger than revenue, investors panicked. The cult unraveled, confidence evaporated, driving valuation from $47 billion to barely a fraction. The lesson: charisma can spark growth, but without substance, the fall hits everyone hard. The dazzling leader became a cautionary tale overnight. WeWork's pitch promised a tech-led revolution, but behind the scenes it was real estate dressed as innovation, a mirage investors refused to see. WeWork pitched itself as the next Amazon of office space, a tech company transforming how people work. But underneath the flashy app and slick branding, WeWork was leasing buildings, not coding software. Like selling a shiny car wrapping with a leaky engine inside, the core was old-school real estate dressed in startup jargon. They were burning cash faster than a factory on fire, millions lost every quarter to rapid expansion, lavish events, and quirky perks. The burn rate was like pouring gasoline on a roaring fire, all fueled by venture capital that expected a payoff before the flames died down. Investors pumped billions, valuing WeWork at $47 billion despite revenues of just $900 million. It was a classic bubble fueled by hype, believing in potential over profits. The fantasy inflated expectations until the bubble popped, leaving a cautionary reminder: don't confuse fairy tales for balance sheets. When the IPO collapsed, WeWork's inflated empire came crumbling down, exposing lessons every entrepreneur and investor must see. Adam Neumann was forced out, replaced by seasoned executives, marking a spectacular fall from grace. His leadership style, once worshipped, became the prime example of what happens when personality eclipses governance. The boardroom tequila was swapped for crisis meetings and damage control. WeWork's spectacular culture wasn't enough to carry the company. Investors learned the hard way that perks and cult-like loyalty can't cover massive losses. It's like building a castle of cards: you need a foundation, or it all collapses when pushed. The WeWork fiasco forced Silicon Valley and investors to rethink unicorn startups. It proved valuation myths and that a tech label without real innovation is dangerous. The future requires balancing hype with accountability, or risk more billion-dollar losers. Remember that tequila-fueled boardroom party? It set the scene for a spectacular rise and epic fall. WeWork's story warns that charm and hype only buy you time, not success. Next time you hear a startup's wild promise, try this: ask, what's the real business here? Trust that answer more than the party. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.